Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. I'm Tiana, owner and wedding planner for the Bailey Experience. Today we are headed to the wedding of Tabbitha and Floyd. I took a flight from New York City to Cincinnati, Ohio. This wedding was in between Halloween and Christmas, and it was the theme of the Nightmare Before Christmas with a twist of spooky. So we chose to go with some orange roses, some burgundy scabiosa, blue hydrangeas. And the reason we chose those colors was because blue is the groom's favorite color, but the bride's mother also passed away shortly before the wedding, and she loved the Miami Dolphins, which you'll see later on in this video. And then there is the groom. The bride is on the other side of the door. They are doing a first touch. Now we have Rico here. He is impersonating Michael Jackson, and he went down the aisle to the song Thriller as the rose petal bearer. So now we have the bride and her father going down the aisle. She wanted to wear a black wedding dress. That was very important to her. She was not into the white thing, so she wore a black wedding dress. I think she had black hair. She colored her hair black, and then she had on black makeup as well that she did herself. And as you just saw, we had Frankenstein for the officiant, as well as the skeletons there at the altar. The bride absolutely loved it. Now we are on to taking some pictures outside of the cocktail hour space with Rico as Michael Jackson. So now that the reception space is set up and ready to go, there's the bride's mom, as well as the Miami Dolphins cake and the flowers honoring her mom. And then we also have the table completely set up and ready for all the guests to come in. Unfortunately, the budget was tight, so we were not able to rent chairs or even cover them, but we made do with what we have. And there is another cake for the groom that is an F-bomb cake. Now we have Rico coming into the reception space. He did a lot of mingling with the guests during cocktail hour while the guests participated, and then the couple was taking pictures. He's in the reception space doing his dance, so I'm going to stop talking and let you guys enjoy Rico as Michael Jackson. And of course, you already know, due to copyright, I am not able to play the music that he was dancing to, so this part of the video will be muted, but he was dancing to all of Michael Jackson's famous hits. So here, Rico pulls this lady on the floor to shake your body down to the ground. And then he disappears. So while he is disappearing doing a dress change, this lady is walking around the dance floor and entertaining the guests. It was actually funny, but at some point he was going for too long, and she shrugged like, when's he coming back? And I'm looking at her like, I don't know. Keep going. But eventually he did come back with a different outfit on. He might have changed like 7 times that whole night within 5 hours. So, but he did really good though. So once he came back in, he performed to Man in the Mirror. And as you see, the lady is still on the dance floor, and now her feet are hurting. She's a trooper though. Becky was not trying to get on that floor, but then she busted out with the heel toe. Okay. So this was actually the most fun this hotel has saw. So this hotel, we did the wedding at the Holiday Inn, Westchester Township, which is North Cincinnati. So the reason I did this Michael Jackson impersonator was because the bride wanted the Flower Bros, who are usually all over TikTok. I contacted them to come out to the wedding and throw rose petals and do their dance as they're going down the aisle. But something about them just didn't give me the best vibes. So I needed something that was more secure. And then they didn't have a contract either. They were, I think, in Wisconsin or maybe even further. So Rico here lived in Chicago at the time, and the bride wanted to have Tim Robbins, or either Tim Robbins or Tim Roberts, he's a comedian, come and do a 30-minute set for the wedding, because the groom loved him. But I wasn't able to get in touch with his manager or his PR team. So I had this bright idea. Why don't we have a Michael Jackson impersonator go down the aisle to Thriller, and he can throw rose petals. And that's how I ended up contacting Rico. I found someone here in New York, but his price was like double Rico's price. And then on top of that, he didn't do any type of performing after. But as you see here, Rico performed a 25-minute set, and it was all included. So I want to say Rico might have charged maybe $1,200, and in that $1,200, that included him to fly from Chicago over to that's the that's the photographer, by the way. But it included Rico to fly from Chicago to Ohio for the wedding, and then we had to cover his hotel room, which was not a problem. And then he did the ceremony going down the aisle. He mingled with the guests during cocktail hour, and then he also performed 25 minutes during the reception. So in my book, that was a win. That was the best bang for the buck. The guests loved him. The bride and groom loved him. So I could not have asked for a better setup. Now, of course, you cannot have a Nightmare Before Christmas wedding without there being a Mr. and Mrs. Claus. And considering this wedding was right before Christmas, they fit in perfectly. You might have saw them during the ceremony, but there is Mrs. Claus dancing with Thriller. And here's Rico again with the bride and her father. And now we are having the guests on the dance floor. Dance floor is opened up. The guests are having an amazing time. The DJ and her husband, the MC, they absolutely killed it. The DJ was Athena. I cannot remember the MC's name, but they killed it. They are a husband and wife duo, and I will link their information in the description box below. And now it's time for the bride and groom exit. So I do have a wedding coming up next year in Chicago, which is Rico's hometown. So I would definitely be contacting him for that wedding. And now it's time for my flight back home to New York. Thanks for watching this video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share with all of your friends or people you know getting married. I'll see you in the next video.